We could just spend the whole hour just listening to inHarmony
Yeah.
meditation music.
Let's keep going. That's 11 hours long. Let's just go.
Woo! Oh, let's go. I love it. Well, what is up, everybody? Aloha and welcome back to Affiliate Pro. I have one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth here with me today. The amazing Mr. Craig Goldberg from inHarmony is here with us today. Craig, how are you? Welcome back to Affiliate Pro.
So good. So grateful to be here. Hi, Raven. Hi, Rob. Hi,
Hi.
world.
Yay. Well, this is so exciting to me because you are at the forefront of some of the most amazing technology I have personally been able to experience. And I do believe that everyone in the world deserves to have access to this experience. So if you could tell everybody a little bit about you and how you came to be the founder and president of this company inHarmony and the technology that you are bringing it to the masses.
Yeah, totally. And I'm super grateful for that. I have an amazing business partner and co-founder, Dominic Carnevale, who's one of my dear friends and best business partner I've ever had, best business relationship I've ever had. And for us to be aligned in bringing this incredible technology to the world, there's just nothing better.
Mm,
I it's interesting as I think back on how it all started. I mean, obviously there's a chronological story of what unfolded, but I think at the core, and I'm happy to share that, by the way, I think it's kind of slow and boring, but yeah, we could totally do that. The long and the short of it is I was stressed and anxious.
yeah.
I was living in New York City. I was using substances to mask just how challenging and how stressful life is. And let me tell you, they say you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, New York City, because the place is a pressure cooker.
Mm,
And you don't realize, but you're drinking alcohol every day. Nobody in Manhattan is driving. There's bars on every corner. You're seeing people every single day. Alcohol is just terrible for the body, as we all know. I don't drink. I haven't in 10 years, but
mm,
every time I tell somebody, no, I don't drink, they're always like, really? You don't drink? No, I don't drink. I know what it does to the brain. It's horrific to the body and how long it lasts in the body afterwards. Separate conversation, but I I was stressed and anxious. I didn't realize just how degrading it was to my lifestyle until I got out of the city. And I got some
mm,
fresh air down in San Diego. And I started to realize that I was working way too hard. I was pushing myself way too hard. And I was just really stressed. And it wasn't until I had my first sound lounge session and I started really truly appreciating and understanding the power of sound and vibration and its impact on our physiology, which chronologically started with the acoustic instruments,
mhm.
bells, chimes, the didgeridoo, the gong, these types of vibratory instruments at sound baths, that I began to realize just what it felt like to truly relax. And I think that that's something that's a little obscure to most
Yeah.
people. Oh, I relax. I sit on the couch and I watch TV. You're not actually relaxing. In fact, depending on what you're watching, most of the television programming is designed to stimulate your nervous system. It's
Mm,
designed to put you in fight or flight. And when you truly start to understand and appreciate the power and the impact of sound and vibration on your physiology, you start to realize, one, that we don't get a chance to relax. And two, once you do feel it, like what it really means to relax, that deep relaxation, you start to realize that you haven't had it in a while and how fantastic it is. And it's something that I go to over and over and over again. And for the last 8 years, we've been sharing this incredible technology with the world.
oh, and it is such a profound experience. You and I had been talking about this technology for quite some time, and I understood the baseline premise of it, but until I had an actual physical experience, I didn't really understand what we were playing with. And as you and I both know, we've been in this realm of you could call the healing arts for quite some time. What is the number one precursor to, the degradation of life? And it's chronic and oxidative stress.
Yeah.
And if we can help alleviate stress for the actual human physiology, then you're actually able to have better coping mechanisms to deal with the world instead of going to, say, drugs and alcohol, because those are just right there at any moment, anytime you need them. They're right there and they're always in our face everywhere you go as being the go-to. And yet being able to bring a different kind of modality to humanity is really why I love this company so much and what you have created. And I would
Mm.
love for you to tell everybody a little bit about how do these vibroacoustic pieces of furniture, is kind of how you've explained it to me in the past. How do they work so people can understand why it's so important to get access to them and get your body on them
Oh,
so that you can then really, really curb those cursors of stress and be able to potentially, let go of some of the addictions that maybe you have, created a crutch on because you're not able to manage the amount of stress, especially over the last 4 years. We know
yeah.
that everybody has PTSD at this point from COVID. And so
Yeah.
we are still recovering from that and trying to bring our nervous systems back down to a baseline, let
Yeah.
alone just functional. So tell us a little bit about how this technology works to help people alleviate stress.
Yeah, you covered a lot. So first of all, there are so many different solutions. And one of the things I love about our relationship personally over the last, gosh, 7 to 10 years. I mean, it's been a really long time, right? And everything that we've done with so many different ways to help the body to feel and perform at its best, giving it the right vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, giving it
Mhm.
and presenting it with high quality, clean, organic food, right? Not processed. There are so essential oils. Like there are so many different ways that you can help the body. At its core, it's all about stress and anxiety, and it's all about the response that the body has to stress and anxiety. And this is the most important aspect in my opinion because the body only has one response to stress and anxiety, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, nutritional, relational, financial. It doesn't matter what kind of stress it is. When your nervous system detects a threat, it reacts. Increased cortisol, increased adrenaline. And again, that can be an inflammatory response from a food you ate. It can be an inflammatory response from a food you ate, but you're thinking about how you shouldn't have eaten it. It's not even the food, right? It's just, should I eat that chocolate? Oh man, I know I shouldn't eat that chocolate, but that chocolate's so good. Oh, should I eat the pizza? I know the pizza's not good for me. Gluten and dairy, not good. I'm gonna eat it anyway. And then you eat the pizza. You don't have a reaction to the gluten or the dairy, but mentally the anguish over it is just exacerbate. It happens,
Yeah.
right? It happens. And the body only has this one response to stress and anxiety, whether we're creating the stress and anxiety or it's actual stress and anxiety.
Mm.
And I would tell you that 8 times out of 10, it's us creating the anxiety and the stress around something that we're thinking about. Humans being the only ones that can dwell on what was or what would be
Mm.
in the animal kingdom. And this is the challenge. The challenge is most human beings are walking around in fight or flight or a sympathetic nervous system response all day long, from the moment
Mm.
they wake up to the moment they go to bed. And if you lay down and the last thing that you do is read an email from a boss you can't stand in a job that you hate, you're going to trigger your sympathetic nervous system response. It's going to create that stress response. Increased cortisol, increased adrenaline translates into you're not falling asleep, which means you're not getting a good night's sleep. And if that happens 2 nights in a row, 3 nights in a row, 5 nights in a row, 10 nights in a row, your body can't perform the way it was so naturally designed to perform. And it becomes this downward spiral of operating in a sympathetic nervous system response, operating stress and anxiety. And a lot of people I know might be listening to this, might be going, oh, that's where I live, Craig. I'm good. I operate great in that stress. And I've heard people say this literally, knowing that I'm a relaxation expert. I've heard people talk to me about how that's their life and that's where they live and that's how they operate and that's how they're the best. And unfortunately, you just don't remember what it feels like to be calm and relaxed. You just don't remember what it feels like to truly have a good night's sleep, to feel
Mm.
the depths of relaxation so that you can charge forward. Our downtime is as important as our uptime. We need to be giving ourselves an opportunity to rest and relax. So, setting the tone for all these different types of stress and anxiety reactions that we can have, now we need to get into what's really important, which is vibroacoustic therapy. This is a body of research that goes back 45 years to the late 1970s. Vibration, acoustic is sound. We're talking about sound and vibration therapy. And this is something that feels fantastic and amazing. You're basically laying down on a bed. You're listening to very pleasant music, just like we listened to at the opening of this podcast. They're long pulled out drone notes that you are both feeling up through the bed itself and hearing through the headphones, if you're using the headphones, or all of our technology has built-in high fidelity speakers. So you're hearing the full frequency range in your ears. You're laying down. That's great. Just as these beautiful humans are on our website. I'm assuming is where you pulled these from, but various photo shoots that we've had. The amplifier that's sitting next to it, the headphones that are on, they are quite literally listening to the same frequencies that they are feeling.
Mm,
And the mind, body, and spirit falls into my amazing wife. Your mind, body, and spirit falls into a meditative state. It doesn't feel like you're meditating. Meditating can be a very intimidating word for a lot of people, but you drift into and out of these various brainwave states that allows the body to rejuvenate. And my favorite part of this whole thing is that it happens automatically. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to put yourself there. You don't have to try and do something. The only instruction that I give is lose yourself in the music,
mhm,
and you just literally fall deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into our technology as you relax more and more and more. I call it relaxation from the outside in, and you just literally drift and you just
mm,
fall, you just feel yourself falling into the piece of technology that you're laying on. Really
mm.
remarkable.
It truly is. I'm the first time I experienced the sound lounge too was
Yeah,
at your beautiful home.
I love it.
You guys picked me up at the Vegas airport and brought me to your home and fed me and put me on a sound lounge. And I remember you just being like, just let yourself go into the music.
Yeah,
And even though I only did a 22-minute session, I needed longer.
yeah,
I could have easily slept the whole night on that because
totally.
my nervous system was so on fight basically, and I was just coming off a flight. So
Yeah,
there was so much stress, so much, radiation from being, I think I was on like 8 planes or something by
you are
that time.
moving.
I was moving
Yeah,
hard and very, very stressed out just from getting from place to place to place to make all
yeah,
these things happen. And I was blown away how in 22 minutes, how quickly I was able to come to a place that was completely different than it was before I sat down or before I laid down.
yeah.
And what I was most blown away by was the integration of the headphones and the way that the transducers work inside of the sound lounge. It felt like there was a semi truck driving by. It felt like the entire house must be shaking, like the plates in your cupboards must have been
Yeah.
rattling. And then you showed me the video of me oohing and awing, dropping into this meditative state so fast, and there you could barely hear the hum. So
Yeah,
explain how that works, because
totally.
it's kind of a it kind of makes a little mind crazy of trying
Yeah.
to understand how you could be feeling something so profound and so big, and yet it's such a small impact.
So it's a direct transference of that vibratory energy. You are quite literally laying on the bed, and in the bed are these tactile transducers. I don't have one here. I'm going into the studio, another studio tomorrow. So my sample is out there, but it's basically a round disc, and you're laying on four of them in the sound lounge too. And because it's directly connected to your body, there's some foam and vinyl in between you and the transducer, but you're laying on it. So unlike a subwoofer, which is designed to project a sound wave through the air. There you go. That's perfect. Oh, yeah, Rob, get after it. Right. So you can see these tactile transducers are right along the spine. They're right underneath. We do that so that should one go bad, you can easily just unscrew it and replace it. And you can see the amplifier is strapped there at the bottom, which is great for storage, and that built-in bass. But that tactile transducer that's underneath there is actually floating in the foam. You can see how it's about 4 inches into the foam. And your body's on the foam. The foam is vibrating. The entire bed underneath you is vibrating. And because you're listening to the same frequencies that you're feeling, so this is part of the magic. And we're in the process of studying this, and doing science and research on exactly what's happening in the brain, because we've done EEG testing. That's really straightforward. But I really want to get to the bottom of exactly what's happening in the brain. So here's what we know. Your brain is sitting in a black hole, except for your eyes. Your eyes are actually a gateway to the brain. Otherwise, your brain is sitting in your skull and it's just processing electrical signals. A majority of those electrical signals are coming from your five senses: the sense of sight, the sense of smell, the sense of taste, hearing, and of course, touch. So, assuming you're wearing headphones, you are listening to the full spectrum. So, the frequency response of the human ear, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. The frequency response of our headphones, including the ones that you were wearing when you were here, 8 hertz to 25,000 hertz. So these headphones transmute more of the frequency range than your human ear is able to pick up. Now, it's obviously a perfectly working ear. The older you get, the lower that 20,000 hertz comes down. It goes lower and lower and lower. Um, the body perceives touch through something called a mechanoreceptor. And from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes to the top of your head, we have these mechanoreceptors. It's how you feel things. Your body is actually sending an electrical signal to the brain that says, on my forehead, by my temple, there's a change of pressure. And the harder I push, the harder that pressure sensor triggers an electrical signal to the brain. So the brain is simply evaluating these electrical signals as they come in. Same with the olfactory and the nose, same with the taste buds, same with the retina and sight. It's just electrical signals that are coming through. So when you're laying
Hmm.
on the sound lounge or the practitioner or the massage table or the sitting on our cushion or just listening to these frequencies through a sound system, particularly when you're on our relaxation furniture, two of your five senses are sending the same signals to the brain. And every mechanoreceptor, we could have millions of these mechanoreceptors on every inch of your skin in your body, is sending the same signal to the brain. So think of that. We're harmonizing two-fifths of those signals that are going to your brain. In essence, and by the way, the reticular activator system of the brain does a really good job of filtering out what's not important. So if your hearing and your sense of touch is sending the same signal, it kind of filters that out. So
Mm.
yeah, in the beginning, you have this feeling of like, what is going on? And then you can see in your video, which I'm sure folks can look up or Rob can link to, you kind of like laugh and kind of moan a little bit of like, oh wow, right? Which is very typical. I love getting that recording on video. The first feeling is like a sensation of like, whoa, I've never felt that before. It's followed by this process that we call hormesis, which is actually a mild stress that's put on the body. And then it's from a reaction to that stress that the real benefit comes, and that parasympathetic or calm and relaxed nervous system experience comes alive. So it's very unique. It's it's a phenomenal, wonderful experience. By the way, it feels amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
of all of the biohacking things that we can do in this world, code therapy. I was just sitting in 105-degree water, mineral water up at Tacoma Hot Springs this past weekend. After 10 minutes, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And like the last 5 minutes, because you can only sit in water for 15 minutes, the last 5 minutes, I'm literally just staring at the clock, like watching the seconds go by, like I could do this. Like I'm sitting in ice cold,
Yeah.
ice cold bath. It's not fun. I know how good
No.
it is and how nourishing it is for me, so I do it, but it's not fun. Laying on the sound lounge is the most. I'm gonna do a session tonight. I've been on one all weekend. My wife and I were camping in the desert, and I bring a practitioner too with me in my RV, and we're constantly playing music and frequencies and all sorts of amazing things. But I can't wait to do a full session on the sound lounge too this evening. Pretty pumped.
Yeah, it is, again, it's hard to explain in words. And after my session, when I came off of the session, obviously, like as soon as I pulled my eyes off, you were filming. So I was like, okay, I'm on camera now. So let me try to figure out how to articulate
Let's
this.
go.
And it was like many modalities that many of us have experienced before, where you've had like some kind of a sound lounge and you've experienced some kind of a frequency, you've been to a concert and you've been close to the speakers and you've felt the music, you feel the music in your body. It was also like being adjusted and getting a massage, which was really phenomenal to me. And the biggest takeaway I had in that moment from my first 22-minute session, after all the stress I was under, was I felt that there was more cerebral fluid going through my spinal cord into my brain. And that's not a feeling that you just can get anywhere very readily. So that was the biggest thing that I had as far as a takeaway, of being like, okay, that's a really new sensation. I've never had that sensation before. And kind of putting all those things together, I also had felt like I had just taken a nap. Like I just,
Yeah.
went into a complete meditative relaxation, got some body work, went to a show, because your music is phenomenal. We're going to talk about that here next. But to be able to have all of that compacted into a 22-minute session, this really can be something that, I just think about people with high stress jobs, CEOs, corporations, where everybody's go, go, go. And, what are they relying on all day to get through the day? Coffee most of the time, right? And so I really see how the value of what the Sound Lounge in particular, what the Sound Lounge 2 in particular offers to folks, is that for a pretty minimal investment, you could literally create a relaxation station and
Yeah.
really help your employees to perform better. And I know that you
Absolutely.
you work with, everyone from, chiropractors and massage therapists and spas and resorts and high level, corporations as well. But that really, to me, I see this as being one more of those tools, which we talked about in the beginning, as far as our toolkit of modalities to be
Yeah.
able to help ourselves function at a higher level. So let's talk a little bit about the music, because this, to me, I think is one of the most profound things that you do. You guys actually create all your own music.
We do. Absolutely. So two things. First of all, you just touched on corporate wellness, which I think is huge
Yes.
and a very underrated aspect. And I just want to share something on that. And then you mentioned price too. For a very small investment, we actually just lowered the price of the Sound Lounge 2 by 12%.
Wow.
We happen to be recording this in November. It's not Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We just lowered our massage table price by almost 24% from 4,300 down to 3,300. We just lowered our practitioner price almost 28% from 3,400 and change to 2,495, 2,500.
Wow.
So drastic reduction in price. This comes on the heels of us putting together our projections for next year and placing our orders with our factory for next year. There's very few companies that are manufacturing a year out. That's about the timeline. It's about 9 months from the time we place our order until it shows up in my warehouse. So just to give you an idea of what we're managing, the size orders that we're managing, I have 250 units arriving on December 2nd. So each container that keeps coming in, I'm now 3 containers out. My next 3 containers are already paid for. And I'm now placing orders for my next 4 after that.
Wow.
We increased our volume. That's a great. Oh man, I love this right here. Okay. So we increased our volume next year, which means as long as that volume holds true and we're able to go through that product, I got a lower cost of goods sold. So as long as I have a lower cost of goods sold, and this was a very short, very easy conversation that we just had on October 31st. We literally announced this on November 1st, along with our Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. But this has to do with volume. This has to do with demand. This has to do with my costs going down. When my costs go down, we pass that savings on. We got a press release going out tomorrow talking about this. It's not Black Friday and Cyber Monday. These prices will continue into December, January, February, March, and I will continue to lower my price as profitability shifts and as my cost of goods shift. As we get more efficient, as we get more economies of scale, I want my prices to go down so that more people can adopt this technology. So it's obviously something to ebb and flows. Let's just say I'm very confident and very optimistic over the next 4 years here in the United States. So I expect prices to continue to go down, even though we do manufacture overseas. So there's a lot going on that front. On the corporate wellness front, and then we'll get to the music, I swear. On the corporate wellness front, I just don't think there's anything better that you can do for your employees than to set up a space where they can rest and relax. Because, look, I have a 4.5-year-old, which I can't believe she's 4.5. We got to go back to the first one that we recorded and how old she was, probably 2 or 3. Like, there's times where I just don't get a good night's sleep, right? My daughter's not feeling well, or she's kicking me in the head because she climbed into my bed in the middle of the night. Like, there's just points in time where I don't get a great night's sleep. And if I in my corporation had a place where I can go to rest, relax, I'm not talking about sleep a half a day. I'm talking about where I can maximize my rejuvenation. And in that 22-minute session, that power nap that you felt, it's equivalent to about 4 to 6 hours of sleep. So
Wow.
now all of a sudden you have an employee that comes in looking a little ragged. Hey, John, how are you? You look like you had a rough night last night. Oh, yeah, my daughter kept me up. Oh, yeah, I've got a sick dog. Whatever.
Yeah.
You look like you need a sound lounge session. Why don't you go take 25 and come see me? And give them an opportunity to rejuvenate, recuperate, and recharge. And now all of a sudden, you're going to get so much more productivity out of that person. You take a 15-minute break in the afternoon instead of that outdoor walk or after lunch, and you do a sound lounge session, which by the way helps with digestion. You're going to have an employee that is ready to rock and roll. So, from an employee wellness perspective, we're starting to see big corporations adopt many, 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 many units and scattering them throughout campuses. It's really exciting to see what's been happening around town and what's been happening around the globe. And I feel like we're just getting started, like really wild. So, corporate wellness is definitely a thing. And let's talk about music.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely just getting started because I have spoken to so many amazing people that I know because this is what we do over here
Yeah.
at Affiliate Pro. We're always working with, high level influencers and companies and podcasters and, social media people who are looking to affiliate with companies that have a compensation plan. And most of them that I have talked to still haven't heard of you yet, which
Yeah.
is to me ground level opportunity,
We're
which
working on it.
after we talk about music, we should talk about money.
Yeah, I love talking about money. We can do that. I love the transference of wealth that that affiliate programs bring. So let's talk about music. So Anthony Weiss, aka Home, HOHM, he's been a musician for 25 years. He plays all sorts of different instruments. He's completely self-taught, and he is
Mm.
also a digital music producer. It was a no-brainer. We went to him almost 5 years ago at this point, and we said, Anthony, we're coming out with a meditation cushion. This was 2019 that we started working on this, and we said, look, we want to bring you on board. We want to hire you so that you can create some music for us. 8:52, 22 minutes was the first music meditation that you will find in our app. At the time, we did not have an app, but we have been building out our app, which is now 4 years old, and I'm just refreshing my screen. 193 music meditations in our app as of today.
Woo!
Yeah, and
That's phenomenal.
just under 8,000 users. Pretty remarkable, actually. It comes with a free 14-day trial. You can find it in the iOS, Apple App Store. You can find it in the Google Play Store. It's $8 a month, $80 a year. That that investment that you're making in the app goes towards new music, and of course, it goes towards new features and just keeping the app alive. Really expensive to manage an app, which is absolutely remarkable. Not something that I was prepared for, but it could
Yeah.
be 50 to 100 dev hours just when Apple and Android come out with a new update, just to keep it going. So we
Wow.
want the app to stand on its own. This is where we are releasing most of our new music, but we have an entire strategy around it. So in our app, you will find music meditations that range from 2 minutes to 2 hours, and they are optimized for our relaxation furniture with a elevation, if you will, in the low end frequency response. So mainly to get those transducers activated through our relaxation furniture in a very specific frequency range just for us, 20 hertz to 200 hertz. Anthony he also masters music. So I said to him a while ago, like, Anthony, I'm logging onto YouTube and I'm streaming these frequencies for my daughter around my house. I really want to stream our stuff. Can I play our stuff? And he said, well, you can, we've got a playlist feature, you got a repeat feature in the app. I said, yeah, I want it optimized for my home stereo system, optimized for a Bluetooth speaker, optimized for headphones. And he said, no problem. Figured out practically overnight how to stretch these music meditations out to 11 hours, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. And on our YouTube channel, you will find 11-hour, what we call extended music meditations that are designed specifically to bring your home, your office, and your space in harmony. And then we have another strategy where music meditations that are less than 11 minutes long are going to be released on about 150 different streaming services: Spotify, Pandora, you name it, we're pretty much out there. You can search in Harmony Media, and you will find, I believe we have 11 or 12 so far. We release a music meditation in our app, then Anthony elongates it for YouTube. We finish a series on YouTube, and then we slowly release out to the masses as well. And there he is. He is unbelievable. He's a brother. He's incredibly talented. And I can't say enough amazing things about Anthony. The music just keeps getting better and better and better.
Ugh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it really is a go-to for anyone who's looking for like a one-stop shop for, a harmonization tool, whether you're in the position to purchase some of this vibroacoustic furniture, whether it's the meditation cushion or the practitioner, which you can put on a massage table, or the sound lounge too. And the headphones are phenomenal, mind bending. I mean, if you're going to make an investment in a nice pair of headphones, these are definitely the direction to go. And yeah, I can't say enough great things about the music. It really is phenomenal. He's an incredible talent. And you put that in together with you and your business partner, and this is how you've built this incredible company. And now that you've built everything and you've got all the pieces in play, you're also looking for affiliates. You're looking for
Yes.
people who love what we're doing here, that want to represent your products and your company. And you love writing checks as much as I do. So let's talk a little bit about the
I
opportunity
do.
at hand.
Absolutely. I really do. Rob, if you can cruise on our website to our homepage, and then in top right corner, it says affiliate. Now, we want people to go through Affiliate Pro so that they can sign up with you, but maybe you guys will pull the content that's on this page because we just finished this page just a couple weeks ago. And
Oh,
it basically
wow.
outlines
I
our
haven't even
affiliate
seen it yet.
program. No, 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 this is all brand new. It literally
Oh,
just went
wow.
up a
Okay.
couple days ago. We finished it a couple weeks ago, but that's our team. And look, this is what it's all about. I've been involved in network marketing for 25 years. I'm 45 years old. I started when I was 20, actually, probably longer than that. I think I was 17, something like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't
So
know.
I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. I love the shift in wealth. I love when companies decide to invest in people and a network instead of a marketing program and a marketing strategy. We happen to do both. And the reason for that is because I want to support our affiliates and give you tons of resources to go out there. I know what it's like to build a team. I know what it's like to start marketing. You got to create all these resources, something you are phenomenal at, Raven and Rob. I mean, phenomenal at. And you want to give that information away. So we create a ton of content that our affiliates can use every single day. We're up to just about 650 affiliates around the world. It's something I'm very proud of. It's something that we continue to watch grow every single day. And our affiliates are really our feet on the street.
Hmm.
And I can't say that enough because I'm only one person. I can only, even if I'm at an event and there's 2,000 people there, all 2,000 people aren't going to see me. It's a huge event. I might see 500 people at that event. Well, how do you grow and scale? And how do you give more people the experience that you were talking about, Raven? And that's by empowering people to go out there and do demos, driving
Hmm.
traffic to our website. We get, we're actually this week, we're at a record high, 5,800 unique sessions on our website just in the last 7 days. That's averaged 2,500, 3,500, 4,500. 5,000 was our height until this week. Now we're at 5,800, which is just absolutely bananas. And we're going to keep growing and going until it's 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50,000. A lot of people are coming to our site and they're going, where can I try your tech? I live in Cincinnati. I live in Bangladesh. I live wherever. We get emails from people all over the world and they all want to try our tech. And we route them towards our affiliates. Our affiliates are the ones that are listed on our website. Your affiliates, many of the folks that have signed up with you and this network are on our website. We direct traffic to them all the time and they make sales from, look, if somebody's reaching out to my website, chances are they've been watching our content for a long time. Here's the inHarmony locator. You nailed it again, Rob. All these people are actively giving demos on a regular basis, and people are putting in, oh, I live in Colorado, and who's nearby, and what tech do they have? And
Hmm.
they're reaching out. Now, a lot of these people get real busy. So if there is somebody in your neighborhood, chances are we need another person and another person and another person because it is a blue, wide open ocean as far as opportunity right now. And you hit the nail on the head. We pay commissions the 15th of the following month. We've already run our commissions for November, and which pays out for all of our sales that we shipped in October. And I absolutely love cutting commission checks. Tens of thousands of dollars a month is what's going out right now, and it is so much fun, so much fun, because I know it's all going to somebody that did something great, took some time to share the technology, put somebody on, or wrote an article, or put together a podcast, or did something to share the good vibrations that inHarmony wants to bring to the world. So honored and excited.
Yay. Yeah, as are we to be partnering with you and your amazing company. And what I love most about what you do, Craig, is like not only are you cutting costs, you're cutting costs to the end consumer, and yet you're not changing your payout to your affiliate.
Nope.
And that is, we know at the end of the day, this is about getting access to technology to help humanity heal. And that is what I love more than anything is companies that at the core have that integrity, have that honorability, and are here to help humanity grow and to become their best, whether it is, physiologically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or financially. And this really does put everything into a nice package that, as you can see, can arrive at your home or your office anywhere in the world. Do we ship globally? Is
We
there any
ship we
restrictions?
ship globally. Anything international, you just got to reach out to us first by sending us an email. Everything in the United States, in fact, the continental United States, I think in Hawaii and Alaska, you can just place an order on our website. This is the Olson family. They're absolutely incredible. They love their sound lounge. They're up in Salt Lake City. They do retreats and they teach and they educate. They've got an amazing family. Um, Absolutely love everybody that owns our technology. It's just absolutely remarkable. So yeah, we have a sound lounge in France. Switzerland just got a sound lounge and a meditation cushion. We're in the UK. We're in Australia. We've got technology all over the world. So yeah, if somebody is interested beyond the United States, just send an email to support and support at iminharmony.com, and we'll price it out for you, get the approval, and then make it happen. Takes a little longer, but absolutely we can ship anywhere in the world.
Well, I couldn't be more excited. Thank you so much, Craig, for taking the time to be with us again today. I just love you so much. And I'm
I
so
love you.
grateful for this incredible relationship that we've been able to build through network marketing, is how we met. Lo and
Yeah.
behold, someone introduced me to someone to introduce me to someone who introduced me to you. And
Yep.
that happens to be why I think you and I both love network marketing. At the end of the day, is that you just never know who's on the other side of an introduction, and to be able to take such exquisite technology that really nobody has heard of and bring it to the masses, you could not be in a better place or have a more lucrative opportunity at your fingertips. So if you are interested in partnering with us over at Affiliate Pro and inHarmony, please reach out to either myself or Craig. Craig's phone number is on everything, everywhere, all the time. If you need him,
That's
he
right.
is accessible. And we are going to just keep on jiving and keep on sharing the good love with the world. So thanks, Craig, for taking the time. And we'll see you again on our next session of Affiliate Pro.
So honored to be here. Thanks so much.